Okay, folks, now we're going to solve quadratic equations using the factors. Okay? This is the key idea. And you guys learned this, I don't know, 3rd grade maybe? 4th grade, you tell me. But two things multiplied together, if they equal 0, then what do I know about A or B? One of them has to be 0, right? If one of them does equal 0, the whole thing equals 0. Are we right? Am I right about that? Okay, two things multiplied together and I get 0, then one of them has to be 0. Okay? Or both. A product of factors is 0 if and only if one or more of the factors is 0. So if I've got two things that I'm multiplying together and I have 0, that they equal 0, then I know that if either one of them is 0, that it's true. Okay? Now let's see what that means. Let me put that down. Oh, easy. Easy. Example number 1. We've been factoring, we've been making things look like this. Okay? These two things are multiplied together. Do you agree that this is just A times B equals 0?
Yes.
Right? Okay. Well, wait a minute. What would make this first one equal 0? What value for x would make the first binomial equal 0? If x equaled what, Allie? If x equaled -2. So if x equals -2, this whole thing's 0. Okay? Now, that's not the only value that it works for. Okay? Also, if x equaled what would make the second binomial equal 0? Cameron? 5. So if x equals -2 or 5, this whole thing is true. If it equals anything else, then it's not true. These are the solutions. These are the solutions to this quadratic. Now, I heard someone out there say, what if x equals 0? Well, if x equals 0, then this is 2, and that's -5, and my answer is -10. It's not if x is 0, it's if the things being multiplied equal 0. Okay? Now, that's our answer, and we can see it. But if I want to find out, if these things are a little more complicated, like 3x minus 2 times 12x plus 1 equals 0, I can't just see automatically what x needs to be. That's okay. All I do is say, well, what makes 3x minus 2 equal 0? And I just solve that little equation. Plus 2, 3x is equal to 2, divided by 3, x equals 2/3. I want to know what this is. 12x plus 1 equals 0. Subtract 1 from both sides. 12x equals -1. Divide both sides by 12. X equals -1/12. Okay? If x is either of these two things, then this is true. All I do is set up each binomial as an equation and figure out what x needs to be to make it 0. Okay? Man, remember when we started with this stuff? Whew, back in the day. Back in the day. Good times, man.
Oh, we did?
It was good. That was good times way back then, back in September. Now we're doing this stuff. You know what it's called? Learning. Good job. All right, let's look at the next example.